Yeah, Calvin Weirfield's Paul's character is a novelist in his late 20s who, in his late teens, had a big success, you know, a sort of breakthrough bestseller novel, and has never been able to follow up. And he's in a point of transition in his life where he's experienced a lot of loss. His father's passed away. His major relationship in his life has ended. His only friend at this point is his brother. He's like an incredibly isolated person. And, you know, he's at such a low point that he's gotten a dog, and the dog, instead of the dog's company making him feel better, it makes him feel worse. So he's in this place, and he's seeing a therapist who suggests to him that he write about someone who could love him completely. And he dreams up Ruby, who is, to Calvin, a very real person. And the more he writes about her, the realer she becomes to him. And then one day he wakes up and she's in his house, and he thinks he's going crazy at first. And then he goes out into the world, and she follows him, and other people can see her, and she's totally real. There are simple ideas about people. There's no simple person. You know, and when Calvin first encounters Ruby, he has an idea of her, and the real her is so much more complicated. And he is basically like, he's like a control freak, right? I mean, very lovable, but that essentially when you first meet him, he has this very antiseptic life where nothing is out of his control. He lives in a white house with a very neat small dog who is the only thing that's sort of out of his control because he's untrained. And, you know, he has regulated, you know, what goes into his life and what comes out of his life. And it's incredibly antiseptic. And then Ruby's this sort of brings a lot of life into his house, but like a lot more mess too, because she's not, well, if he doesn't write about her, she's not within his control. If he does write about her, she's not herself. So he has to sort of learn how to live with chaos, I guess, or accept that not everything should be within his control. To believe in love, I think, is incredibly powerful and very, very difficult. And I think a lot of people, in my experience, I feel like it can be really hard to accept the more complicated, less addictive version of love. And that's part of what I was interested in writing about, was what happens when, you know, how do you accept a person for who they are? How do you love all of someone and not just pick and choose parts? How do you become an adult, essentially? Because I think that kind of love is, you know, that's what marriages are made of. When I first met Paul, he reminded me of Tom Hanks for some reason, like Tom Hanks, Jimmy Stewart, like, and that's the kind of part that I think that I was trying to write for him, because I feel like Paul's like such a transformative actor that he doesn't usually play that close to himself. And I think that he's using a lot of himself in the movie. He brought a lot of his heart to it and his sense of humor, and he's obviously a really intelligent guy, so there's that too. But just I liked getting to watch him be silly and bring so much like emotion and heart to it. Jonathan and Valerie are amazing together. They're like animals that are symbiotic in nature. You know, they support and they support each other in a way that's completely, in my experience, unprecedented. I've never seen anything like it. They're completely separate individuals who work as one organism. And that's definitely something that I aspire to, just in terms of every working relationship. I feel like they have beautiful communication and they make each other better.